Ladies and gentlemen, what is up, everybody? This is Joseph Conlon. There we go, just started. This is Joseph Conlon here on Friday, October 1st, 2021. Can't believe it is October already. Here tonight to talk about AEW Rampage live from Rochester, New York, the home of the late, great Mr. Brody Lee. Another night, another AEW show here on the channel, and the boys are back in town. After I was gone last week, I was busy last Friday night, so there was not a Rampage review, but we're back tonight. Wesley Williams, Cameron Johnson, and of course myself, Joseph Conlon. Gentlemen, how are you doing tonight? We're going to start with Wes. I thought tonight was a one-match show, to be honest. If you weren't able to watch the show tonight, I would really say just go back and watch the opening match, and you really miss nothing much. But Wes, how are you doing tonight, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing mighty fine, my friend. I'm rocking a new T-shirt tonight. Got to represent the American Dragon, Mr. Bryan Danielson, my boy, my favorite wrestler of all time, Bryan Danielson. And I also copped another shirt that you will see in the future reviews. I copped myself an Adam Cole Baby All Elite T-shirt that I will be sporting on the reviews going forward. And I think I will be saving that too for Wednesday. But I'm also going to wear it tomorrow because I can't just go until Wednesday to not wear the Adam Cole shirt. I mean, come on, I feel like a horrible fan if I waited that long to wear my Adam Cole shirt. I'm wearing that bad boy tomorrow, and I'm also going to wear it for Wednesday for the review. So stay tuned for that, folks. For those who check in to the Dynamite reviews, but I'm doing pretty well. I agree, Joseph. It was kind of a one-match show tonight with Rampage. Danielson and Jake Jackson, I'd say, is the only match people should really go back and watch as far as Rampage goes. Everything else kind of afterwards, it was all right. It was a decent show overall, but, kind of a more uneventful Rampage episode, if you ask me.
Yeah, my man Cameron Johnson, how are you doing tonight? Back on the Big Fight Field channel. What's going on?
I am doing good, brother Joseph, but we are not alone because we got the TNT champion, the brand new TNT champion, Sammy Guevara, joining us on this rampage review. I hope it's okay. I made a call to Sammy. He said he was good. I hope it's okay. I made a call to Sammy. He said he was happy to join us. So we will have thoughts from the TNT champion in just a minute. But but I'm in agreement with you guys. I thought Rampage was a very one-match show between Nick Jackson and Bryan Danielson. Other than that, not a whole lot happened on this show. But we did get the competitors announced for the casino ladder match, so that's pretty big. But outside of that, I thought this was a one-match show. And we learned that Jade Cargill does not know how to swing a steel chair. But it's okay. She'll learn. But I thought Rampage was just meh.
Yeah, we're going to get to that ladder match before we talk about the main event. Wednesday's card. This is their anniversary show theme from Philadelphia on Wednesday. And this show is looking pretty big. It is a stacked show, to be perfectly honest with you, with headlining a big 8-man tag match with Bryan Danielson, Christian Cage, and Jurassic Express versus the top 4 members of the Elite, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Adam Cole, baby, on Wednesday night. So we're going to talk about all that show Wednesday. We're going to talk about that lineup on Wednesday. We're going to talk about the review here. But if you guys have not already, go ahead and check out this past Wednesday's AEW Dynamite review on the channel. Me and Wesley discussed a lot of stuff on Wednesday night. We talked about Sammy Guevara winning the TNT Championship from Scott's former favorite champion, Miro. We talked about the Brody Lee and the Dark Order since Wednesday shows in Rochester. And we also made a great pitch about Cody Rhodes and what kind of stuff should happen with his character in the future We mentioned him possibly facing Dustin Rhodes down the line and him being the one to retire his older brother. So if you guys have not checked out that review already, be sure to go ahead and check out that Dynamite review from Wednesday. Lots of great stuff. But as for tonight, we're going to get into the Rampage review right now. Show started off with Bryan Danielson going one-on-one with one half of the Young Bucks and Nick Jackson. I thought this should have been the main event considering what we got at the ending. This should have easily been the main event of the show. That angle at the end should have been the last segment on this show, and I would have been a happy camper. But regardless, this match was great. Uh, they went nearly 20 minutes. They didn't say at the time. They said 20-minute time limit, but they didn't count down the time of the match. But these guys nearly went 20 minutes. They had like a great back and forth match. Like I said, um, a lot of people consider this a dream match in AEW. Before I actually talk about the ending of the match and some of the great spots in the match, um, shout out to Sami Calaf, man. Apparently, AEW posted a match graphic of Bryan Danielson and Nick Jackson, and his tweet was posted right in the middle of that, and his tweet was posted on AEW's Twitter, on AEW on TNT's Twitter account. So I got to give the shout out to him right there, right there. Very good friend in the IWC and a great person overall. So to see that, that I was very happy about that. But yeah, these guys had a great match. Um, Lots of round kicks to the chest, lots of kicks, hard hitting match. Loved it. 18 minutes, and Bryan won with the castle malfunction. My bad. To win the match. So great match. After the match is over, the Elite come down. Omega, the young Adam Cole, they all come down. Then Christian Cage and Jurassic Express comes down, and we get a big face off. We get a great visual of um, Danielson locking in the label lock on Kenny Omega, and we had Jungle Boy locking in the snare trap on Adam Cole, with with Christian Cage and Adam Cole's face and Luchasaurus and Kenny Omega's face, basically making them suffer. And the Young Bucks got out from his way with their stooge Brandon Cutler, and that was the final setup before Wednesday's big 8-man tag, which probably sets up the Elite to win that match on Wednesday night. Probably the right call right there. And I probably can see either Luchasaurus or Christian taking that pin on Wednesday night in that 8-man tag. So I thought that was a great match. And I thought the post-match angle was very good. We'll hear from Cam first, and then we'll go to Wesley.
I thought the opener was a lot of fun. I thought this is a great match. I really do. The Young Bucks, we talk about the Young Bucks being great tag team wrestlers, but I don't think they get enough credit as singles wrestlers either. Nick Jackson is very, very good. So I thought this was a very, very good match. Very fun way to open up Rampage. I liked the very fun way to open up Rampage. I'm going to agree with you, Joseph. And I think this should have been the main event. Especially with the ending there. That would have been a perfect way to. That would have been a perfect way to go off the air to really build up to the match on Wednesday. The going off the air that way would have been perfect. But they didn't do that, unfortunately. But I thought this was a really good match. I like the angle at the end of it, and as you said, shout out to Sami Calaf, man. Shout out to my boy Sami Calaf for getting that. For getting that tweet. For getting that tweet noticed by AEW official. Shout out to you, Sammy, if you watch it. But I thought this was a good match.
Wes?
Yeah, great opening match. I mean, can't really expect you can't really expect a bad matchup between two guys like this, man. Two world-class athletes with Nick Jackson, Bryan Danielson. Love how hard-hitting it was, too. I mean, I think Bryan Danielson's made it a goal in every match in AEW just to have his chest just completely beat red by the end of it, man. And I love it. I love that we're seeing a different side of Bryan Danielson. This isn't Daniel Bryan from WWE. This is Bryan Danielson. This is a whole nother beast. And I love that he's going in there. He's showing those shades of Bryan Danielson that he showed pre-WWE when he's wrestling in Ring of Honor and wrestling on the Indies. I mean, this is a different kind of beast with Bryan Danielson, and I love the fact that he won with the cattle mutilation. I mean, that's a move he used very frequently on the Indies. I don't think we really saw it much out of him during his time in WWE. Probably because maybe, I don't know if they just banned the move or something like that. But I just love how technical it got. I love how hard hitting it got. And Danielson, of course, is the right man to win. And I don't know, if we're going to see kind of a gauntlet style thing happen with Bryan Danielson, the Elite. I could very well see that. I think that could be what they're going for here. They already got, his match with Omega, which ended in a draw. You got, Bryan going up against Nick Jackson tonight. And we could very well get, like a match with him and Matt Jackson, another match, a rematch from their time in WWE. Rematch with Danielson and Adam Cole, but this time in AEW, which is a match I really need in my freaking life. So I really hope we see that. I'm sure we will. But yeah, and I agree with both you guys' takes about this probably should have main evented, especially with the post-match angle and everything, with Danielson locking in the label lock on Omega and then Jungle Boy locking in the snare trap on Cole. I mean, that would have been a great way to send the fans home. Even though they still ended the show on kind of a wholesome note, it would have been a more effective way to end the show. But, AEW is shown with Rampage. They love to open up the shows very, very hot. And I kind of figured this match would open because, we've seen in the past Rampage episodes, they always start with the hottest match on the card. So that seems to kind of be the running theme with Rampage. But yeah, great stuff. I hope we get another dose of this match in the near future.
Yeah, well, you bring up Danielson and Adam Cole. I can actually see that match happening at Full Gear. I was convinced last week that that we were going to get a rematch with Danielson and Omega for the World Championship at Full Gear, but with this ladder match, which we'll talk about, I don't see Danielson getting his rematch against Kenny Omega anytime soon. Maybe after Full Gear, but not at the pay-per-view and not before Full Gear. I don't see that happening. I see them building up to a Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole match at Full Gear, and we'll talk about that later on in the review here. But we got to move on here. Next, we had a very short video package with Ricky Starks talking about Brian Cage. I didn't even know these guys were still feuding together. Like, I just want can we just get the blow off match now? Because Ricky's eventually gonna face Punk at probably the pay-per-view, I'm guessing. So they'll probably just put this on a Dynamite or a Rampage and call it good night. But Brian Cage said he said a quote Thursday, I think it was Thursday, saying like, EVP should have more control, and Tony Khan should give more control over the EVPs. The fact that this guy is he's complaining more on social media, and his wife's complaining. I don't really think that puts him in a good position overall in AEW. Do you guys agree with that or no? We'll start with Cam first.
I do agree with that because look, this was because look, I don't want to be this person, but this was going to be an issue that was going to happen sooner rather than later with Tony Khan bringing in all these guys. Tony Khan bringing in all these guys and expanding the roster: Adam Cole, Daniel Bryan, Punk, Leo Rush now. Leo Rush now is signed. Kevin Owens in a couple months. Only God knows where he's going to go. Looks like he's more and more elite. Looks like he's Looks like he's got one. Looks like he's got one foot out the door. Same thing with Sami Zayn. So same thing with Sami Zayn. And so this is something that was eventually going to happen. As Tony Khan continues to sign talent to AEW and as AEW continues to expand, you're gonna have talent that feel unhappy, or talent that feel like they're not being used properly, not being used at all. And we're seeing that happen with Brian Cage right now. But if you ask me, I don't think Brian Cage's run in AEW so far has been a flop. When you see what they've had him doing, it's just the case of you got other people ahead of Brian Cage. I don't know about you guys. I don't want to sound disrespectful. I don't want to sound disrespectful. I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather see Adam Cole on television than Brian Cage. I'd rather see Punk and Brian on television than Brian Cage. That's just me personally. That's no disrespect towards Brian Cage at all. I just feel like there's so many people ahead of Brian Cage in the pecking order right now that he's just not there right now. He's just not. Hopefully he gets back to. That spark. It's probably a mistake to break him away from Team Taz because you see Team Taz is feuding with Punk and Brian Cage ain't really doing nothing. So maybe it was a mistake to break him away from Team Taz this early. But Brian Cage is going absolutely nowhere. So to be honest with you, I think he should probably stay in AEW. Like AEW would probably be the best place for him because WWE had an opportunity to bring in Brian Cage and they denied him. So I don't think it would be a case of where he would go back to WWE or where WWE would want him again. Though they probably would because it looks like a brick shit house. But they probably would because it looks like a brick shit house. But if you ask me, I think Brian Cage. I think this is just an effect that was bound to happen. You were bound to have talent feel unhappy and everything as the roster continues to expand. People are bringing in people who are, quite frankly, better than Brian Cage. There's no disrespect to Cage at all, but all those names I mentioned, I'd rather see on television than Brian Cage.
Well, listen, it's not everybody's time right now. It's certainly not Brian Cage's time right now. And the key word is just, patience. It's like think of people who hasn't really been pushed, I guess, to the top since they've sat in a mid card. Like Archer is one, Matt Sydal could be one, like those guys. It's like you gotta be patient and you just gotta wait your time. But I feel like the more Cage complains and he moans and bitches on social media, he's not going to be in favor in that company. It's going to be like, you know what? This guy, we don't need this guy. He's going to complain and not want to be a team player. Get the hell out of here. So, I don't know. I hope he gets it together, but we'll see what happens. But all I know is if he goes to WWE, either two things are going to happen. One, he's going to end up having to put over Roman Reigns, and he's going to be stuck in the mid-card division. Or two, WWE is actually going to push him to shove it in AEW's face and be like, look at this. Your guy that you had, is on our roster, and look, we're making him as the WWE champion or whatever. And then he'll drop it in 2 months. I could see something like that happening just to put it in AEW's face. But Wes, what are your thoughts on this whole situation? And then we'll get to the women's match.
Yeah, Brian Cage, I mean, you look at the guy and he's got the look down. He's got the wrestling ability down, right? But, you look at like his promo work, his character work, there's really nothing to really gravitate yourself towards, and I don't know if that's something Brian Cage can really help. I imagine there's always room for improvement, because not every guy is going to be the, best promo out there. You got your guys that, really go off of work rate. And I feel like Brian Cage is one of those guys. And it really felt like he had more going for him when he was associated with Team Taz. Now that he's been kicked out of Team Taz is doing a lot more than he's doing. He's in all a sea of nothing. Team Taz is in, a big feud with CM Punk right now. It's a weird situation. And Brian Cage, I feel like he's probably not really doing himself that many favors. And I can't remember the exact quote, but somebody did bring up a clip from AEW Dark that Excalibur, Taz had, like, I think taken a shot at Brian Cage, just kind of like it was in character or whatever. But I think Excalibur, he like said something in regards to that, and like it was a bit of a shot at Brian Cage, like that might have been a bit of a shoot. I can't remember what the quote was. If anybody wanted to comment down below what that quote was, but Excalibur, it was like kind of a under the breath kind of like little shot at Brian Cage. So that, I don't know if that's backstage, stuff happening or whatever, but Brian Cage, I mean, if he were ever come to WWE, I mean, yeah, it's like you said, Joseph, it's like either he's gonna get buried by Roman Reigns or he's gonna get pushed legitimately just to shove it in AEW's face. That's really the only two things that will happen with him. But I don't trust WWE at all to do anything with anybody, really. So they probably would just feed him to Roman Reigns. But I don't know what can really be done. But yeah, I mean, it's like you said, Joseph, it's about patience. I mean, there's so many guys, so many men and women on this roster now. I mean, AEW has bolstered their roster so much compared to 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's always about time and place. I mean, you just gotta, wait until it's your turn and just continue to work hard and, continue to hone your craft and just really try to, get yourself really out there, get yourself connected with the crowd. I think the big thing with Brian Cage is he's not really connecting with the crowd. No one really cares about the guy. I mean, he's having a run as a babyface, and I don't think people really buy into it. They rather see this guy probably come out and be an egotistical heel. And I feel like that kind of works better for Cage. Him coming out as like a, happy, or probably not a happy-go-lucky babyface, but just coming out as a straight-up babyface, people just don't really care as much. I mean, and then he's going up against Ricky Starks in a little feud, and Ricky Starks is, has so much more charisma, And
Yeah.
the charisma just oozes out of his fingertips, man. I mean, the guy is one of the biggest future pieces of this company, and Brian Cage can be a big future piece. It's just, I just don't think the cards are really looking right for him right now. And I don't know what's going to have to change with that, but I feel like the more he complains, the more, his wife, Melissa Santos, comes on social media and complains. I don't know. It's probably not going to really help out his cause that much, and so we'll have to see what happens. But I will say about the Ricky Starks little promo package, I thought that was so well shot. I thought they shot that tremendously. That was a really, really like good brief video package for what it was. But I don't know when they're doing this match. They've been hyping this up for so long. I think they're probably just going to do it for like a Dynamite or Rampage, and then I pitched this on Twitter tonight too. I could very well see Punk and Starks going at it at Full Gear. I feel like that's the big money match you want to do. I don't think Punk's done with Team Taz just yet. I mean, he's already got through Hobbs. We'll probably see him and Starks go at it at the pay-per-view. So
You're forgetting Hook?
Well, I don't know. We could see Punk and Hook. I'm not completely rolling it out. We could see that before the pay-per-view, or maybe at the pay-per-view if they want to treat the fans with the best present ever. Give us a Hook match.
Yeah, for real. I mean, people like Cam want to see CM Punk versus Hook.
That's the bit. Yeah, they got the whole Send Hook Twitter account.
Yeah.
Do you follow that account? I follow that account.
I do.
It's really good.
Hey, man. I want to see CM Punk versus Hook. Put Hook in there with Omega, too. Hook for AEW World Champion. Put Hook in there with Omega.
I love that Twitter account. Send Hook.
Yeah, it's just I mean, like, there are certain Twitter accounts, and then you got the whole Arn Anderson stuff going on. I mean, people, if you're following me on Twitter, you know about the recent little profile pic change I made, and I'd say it's a really good one. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it, but for the time being, with the Arn memes being really hot right now, I think I'm pretty sold on this profile pic for the moment. So
Arn Anderson got the Glock on him. He got the Glock strapped on him.
Oh man, Arn Anderson's Glock is the most over thing this week on any wrestling show. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. Women's triple threat match: Jade Cargill, Nyla Rose, Thunder Rosa. This match was solid. It was a no disqualification match. They used a trash can. Nyla got powerbombed through a table, which looked freaking brutal. She hit her head on the back of the table. I guarantee that had to hurt. And then like I said earlier, the match was solid, but the ending, man, those chair shots were weak. And Jade was clearly not comfortable. She was not comfortable using those chair shots to Thunder Rosa. She's like hesitant using the chair. Like you don't you like when you use a chair, you're supposed to hear that big smack on the back of your opponent's back, and we didn't get that at all with Jade. It just felt like a light tap, like. And then the worst thing apart it is after she hits Thunder Rose with the chair, she pins her and the match is over. Like I'm like, bro, you're gonna have those weak ass chair shots, and then that's gonna be a finish. Like if she had the chair on the ground and Jade hit her finisher on Thunder Rosa with Rosa landing on the chair, you
That's what
know,
I thought. That's what I thought they should have did. I thought Thunder. I'm sorry to cut you off, Joseph, but that's what I thought they should have did. I thought Thunder Rosa, being the most experienced person in that match, should have called an audible and went, "Wait a minute, we ain't into the match on these." I thought she should have called an audible and went, "Like, wait a minute, we not into the match with these got off for chair shots.
yeah,
You give me your finish on the chair, we'll end it that way. We not into the match that way with these got off for chair shots." I thought they should have called an audible.
yeah, exactly. That finish was just I'm sorry, that was a terrible finish in my opinion. Jade got the win, which was the right move. She needs to win more than anybody. Um, I thought Nyla was going to take the pin here, but I guess they're going to do a Jade Cargill Nyla Rose one-on-one match um, on a future episode of Dynamite, I feel like. But yeah, man, it's just those chair shots were not. They were terrible. If you're not comfortable doing something and you don't want to do it, don't do it. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll hear from Cam first, and then we'll go to Wes.
I thought the match. I was not a fan of this match. To be perfectly honest with you, I just wasn't a fan of it. I just wasn't a fan of this match. To be perfectly honest with you, and the ending, I thought the ending sucked. And I do elaborate on what I said earlier. I do elaborate on what I said earlier. I thought Thunder Rosa should have called an audible. I thought Thunder Rosa or the referee, somebody in that match should have had the wherewithal to call an audible. Should have had the wherewithal to call an audible and go, wait a minute, we're not into the match with these chair shots. And I go, wait a minute, we're not into the match with these chair shots. Jay Cargill, you pick me up. Jay Cargill, you pick me up. Give me your finish on the chair, and we'll go home that way. We'll end the match that way. I thought they should have called an audible there. I thought it was a mistake to end the match the way they did. I thought it was a mistake to just end the match the way they did. But yeah, these chair shots did not look pretty. Jay Cargill is a very fine woman, but these chair shots were not fine. I'll say that.
Wes?
Yeah, the triple threat was solid. I thought the table spot looked really good. I thought
Yeah.
that was executed very well. And I'll agree with you guys. Yeah, the chair shots, they looked awkward. They looked out of place. And they're not ideal. I mean, it's not the chair shots we're used to seeing from other wrestlers. And I think that's just going to come with experience for Jade. Jade is still very green. She definitely has the look down. And her promo work has gotten better. But she still needs some time to just get better in ring wise. And also, I've noticed this a lot with her matches. I feel like she has a very, very limited move set. It seems like she always goes for like the pump kick, spine buster, just the jaded. It seems like it's very formulaic at times. It's just a very limited move set. And I think she's still kind of learning, which is why, she's still got some greenness to her. I mean, she's still got a lot of learning in pro wrestling. And that's all fine. I mean, hey, we said the same exact thing about Britt Baker a couple of years ago. She was very, very green. Her in-ring work looked very sloppy. It was looking so out of place. Now we look at her. She's the champion. She's the women's world champion, and she is honestly the most over woman in all of pro wrestling right now. And she's gotten so much better compared to where we saw her a couple of years ago when she turned heel, and just seeing her in-ring work each and every time, especially when she got back from injury. She just, every single match I was watching her was like, man, she was getting better and better and better. I feel like that's what we're going to get with Jade Cargill. I have faith that Jade's going to continue to get better. But tonight just wasn't her best match, especially with the chair shots. They just did not do her any well. And I agree with you guys. I mean, they really should have called an audible with this match and just done the Jaded onto the chair. That would have been a very effective finish to this match instead of just, weak chair shot. I barely am tapping you. All right, I'm pinning you, and then that's it. I was honestly surprised Jade did win this match. I kind of thought Thunder Rosa would win, but pin Nyla Rose. That way, Jade would have been protected. She wouldn't have taken the pin or submission in the match. But they went with Jade, so they definitely got the rocket strap on her right now. But, yeah, she's not championship ready yet. She's not. She still needs more time to get herself to that level to where she is ready. I feel like she's got just about everything else down. I think just the in-ring work and just increasing that move set of hers instead of it being just a very limited move set. I think as time goes on, we'll see that grow a little more. But yeah, for what it was a solid match, but the ending did feel flat. So,
Hey man, listen, I hope she's ready by this time next year because I think we all know we're gonna get Thunder Rosa being the one to take that title off of Britt Baker, probably at Revolution 2022, and really a perfect woman to go ahead and take that title off Thunder Rosa would be Jade Cargill. But I mean, she is still learning. She's only been wrestling for, I think, when was her first match? March?
yeah, March.
March is going to be 1 year for her since she's had her first match ever. And, she's still progressing. She's getting better, but she's got to get uh, she's got to get a new she's got to get new moves in her arsenal. I can't just watch a pump kick and clotheslines all in all of her matches because then at that point she's doing the same thing in every single match, and at that point it's going to be okay, her matches are really boring now. But
I think it's coming. I think it's coming. I think it's coming in due time. I think in due time she'll add more to her moveset. I think it's coming.
of course, I believe that she will, but also I think it looks like she's a little, on my part, she's a little hesitant about taking a bump. I don't know about you guys, but that's the way I thought with the this match tonight.
Yeah, I could see. I mean, yeah, I see what you mean. And I don't know. I mean, it might just be ring rust or something, and it's still her just kind of trying to get, I guess, more comfortable in the ring. Because it's. I mean, we're training for pro wrestling is not a very easy thing. It takes a lot of work. It even will take a lot of years for people to really get it down. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, yeah, by this time next year, we'll see her, just massively improve. And yeah, we don't want to see, the same moves be done every single match. I mean, people had these complaints about John Cena and Roman Reigns, how they were doing the same exact moves every single match. It was the same, same sequence and stuff, same sequences and everything. And we don't want that with Jade Cargill. I don't think we're going to get that. I'm sure AEW is working their butts off with her to make sure that she gets to where she needs to be. And again, she's got so many other things. I mean, she's got the mic work has gotten a lot better. Her look obviously is very, very impressive. There's nothing to change there. But yeah, I mean, I think her in-ring work over time will start to get better. And I think by this point next year, we'll start to really talk about her in a very high light when it comes to her matches in AEW. So.
Absolutely. So, before we get into this main event, hair versus hair, we'll go over Wednesday's lineup and that casino ladder match. So, Wednesday night, the big headliner, 8-man tag, Bryan Danielson, Christian Cage, and Jurassic Express against Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Adam Cole, the Elite 8-man tag. Serena Deeb versus Sheeta, who's making her first Dynamite match in God knows how long, man. It's been quite a while since we've seen Sheeta and Serena Deeb in a match on Dynamite, so they're gonna go at it Wednesday night. Um, Sammy Guevara, the new TNT title, already has his first defense Wednesday night against Bobby Fish. And then announced tonight the Casino Ladder match. We got John Moxley, Pac, Andrade, Lance Archer, and then they announced after the main event Orange Cassidy and Matt Hardy. And there is going to be a seventh participant in this ladder match, which is the Joker. And this sets up, in my opinion, this will beautifully set up the return of Adam Hangman Page on Wednesday night. He is, I mean, who else could this Joker be besides Hangman Page? I literally cannot think of anybody else. So this absolutely sets up Hangman Page to be the Joker in that ladder match, and he's probably, if he's the Joker, he's winning that ladder match. If anybody else is that Joker, um, I don't know. I can probably see a guy like Lance Archer winning that match and doing him and Omega on television and then doing Bryan and Omega at the pay-per-view. But I don't see that happening. I just see Hangman Page coming back Wednesday night in Philly, winning that ladder match, and we get the main event that everybody's wanted to see for quite a while now. Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship. What do you guys think about this Casino ladder match very quickly, starting with Wes?
Yeah, that lineup is looking mighty fine. I am very much excited for this match Wednesday night. Man, I mean, just looking through that entire lineup, and then we still got the Joker card to look forward to Wednesday, man. I mean, we're going to be in for a real treat, man. We're getting a casino ladder match live on free TV where I think we all kind of thought this would be like a special attraction they would use on just the pay-per-views, but no. Tony Khan loves us AEW fans so much that he's giving this match to us on free TV Wednesday, man. It's so awesome to see. But yeah, Joseph, I agree. The Joker has to be Hangman. I don't know who else you could have as the Joker Wednesday. I feel like this all sets up for a return for Hangman Page, man. And, when that return does happen for Page, he's going to get the most massive of pops and is going to be probably one of the most beautiful sights of all of 2021. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know who else you really put in this spot. It's got to be Page, and that's who I could see coming back, winning the whole thing, and we get Page and Omega for the world title at Full Gear. 1 year since their last match against each other, where they competed one-on-one in the finals of the AEW World Title Eliminator, where Kenny Omega, of course, won. He would go on to defeat Jon Moxley and dethrone him as the AEW World Champion at the Winter is Coming show in December. And it's just all coming full circle, and again, the storytelling with this whole thing with Page and Omega and the Elite, man, has been such just amazing, beautiful storytelling. I mean, this is what we love about long-term storytelling, is the compelling nature of it, and just keeping us so into every single little thing that happens every single week, every month. And that's the thing, and that it can be really simple, It can be really, really simple to book stuff like this. It just all takes, it takes creativity, it takes time, it takes effort, and I'm so happy we've gotten this with this whole feud between the Page, Omega, the Elite, all of them involved. But yeah, I ultimately see Page coming back Wednesday. But man, either way, we are going to be in for a great, great ladder match on Wednesday. That's for sure.
Cam?
We in for a great, great ladder match on Wednesday, and Hangman is here. And Hangman is coming back on Wednesday. That is my prediction with y'all. Hangman returns on Wednesday. He wins the Casino Battle Royal, and Hangman gonna get people right over there in AEW. Hangman gonna win the Casino Battle Royal. He gonna take the championship off Omega, get it away from the Elite, and then he gonna go right on over there to the Dark Order. He gonna get them together. He gonna get the Dark Order together.
I don't know about that one.
I think that's gonna happen. I think he can go. I think he gonna go over to the Dark Order. He gonna talk some sense into Evil Uno. He gonna talk some sense into John Silver, and he gonna get them together. And then Hangman gonna get the Elite together, because Hangman was walking out of Full Gear AEW champion. And when that happens, I get to see Hangman Page on Dynamite November 15th as AEW champion.
Well, hey, I mean, hopefully they can push that Hangman return 1 week. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see that huge, massive Hangman ovation for his return in Miami. But It's probably going to happen next week, but let's get into this main event. I'll talk more about that information at the end of the review, by the way. The main event, I don't really want to talk about that much, man. I mean, I was feeling 50-50 going into this before. I don't like hair versus hair matches at all. It reminds me of in a weird way, it reminds me of battle royals because I don't like battle royals as well. But we got a hair versus hair match. Orange Cassidy, Jack Evans. It didn't help that most of this match was happening on the commercial break, and it's really hard to pay attention during those picture-in-pictures because I know I don't pay attention during the picture-in-picture commercial breaks. So basically, this match came back, and they were going to the ending. Matt Hardy saw that Jack Evans was in trouble, and he bung out the Butcher and the Blade and the Bunny, and then the Best Friends and Chris Statlander came out through the crowd, and then came Private Party and Angelico, and then you saw the entire Dark Order coming from the rest of the ramp, and they sent Angelico to save Jack, and Angelico got attacked from the Dark Order, and Jack Evans lost after an orange punch, and they shaved part of Jack Evans's hair. They didn't even shave all of his hair. So what's the point of a hair versus hair match if the loser is not going to lose all of his hair? Like, come on, man. That's a simple concept. That's a simple concept right there. But we'll start with Wes, and then we'll go to Cam for the finish.
Yeah, match was pretty good. But this whole entire feud, like I've been mentioning on here with Orange Cassidy and the Hardy family office, it's just meh. I just feel meh about the whole thing. I like that we're getting Cassidy and Hardy in the ladder match. I mean, Hardy's a ladder match specialist, as we all know, for all the overall all these years we've seen Matt Hardy wrestle. Orange Cassidy being the ladder match should be very fun too. But yeah, this whole entire feud, I just wanted to end already. I just really, really wanted to end. I mean, I'd say the only hair versus hair match that ever really worked in wrestling was Kurt Angle and Edge. I'd say that was the only hair versus hair match that ever worked because, the ball looked a lot better on Kurt Angle anyway. And I mean, it just, Kurt Angle is so charismatic and is such an over wrestler that he always made it work. And so that's kind of the only hair versus hair match I go back and look at, and I'm like, yeah, that was the only one that actually worked. All the other ones after that followed, they never do work, and it didn't work here. And yeah, Joseph, I don't know why they shaved part of his hair and didn't go all the way. I thought we were gonna get kind of like a whole Vince McMahon getting his head shaved at WrestleMania from all those years ago kind of deal where it's like we actually see his whole head get shaved. But I guess AEW just ran short on time with Rampage and they couldn't do an overrun, so I guess they just could only do a very little with it. But yeah, I mean, it had a bit of a wholesome ending with the -1 being there and the Dark Order kind of all being together with the best friends. But it's just we didn't need this match. We don't need this feud. And I'm ready for it to just kind of be over already. And I've been ready. And I really don't know if we're gonna get an Ultimate Deletion match with Matt Hardy and Orange Cassidy, or I mean, it's just. Again, I mean, I hope AEW is listening to the audience. I mean, we already know AEW listens to their fan base, and I really hope they're listening when it comes to this feud, because I think so many people are just over this at this point, and they're just ready for Orange Cassidy to be in more important programs. And with Matt Hardy, I mean, I did see something on Twitter trending a little bit, was with Leo Rush now being in the company. Leo Rush did get eliminated from the Casino Battle Royal back at Double or Nothing. I believe it was by Private Party and Matt Hardy. I think they did eliminate him. So they could play up a little story there where Leo Rush possibly takes Private Party from Matt Hardy. We see a little 3-man group going there, which I feel like would benefit Private Party more, because Private Party's just kind of floating around in the sea of nothing right now with this HFO stuff. And I feel like him being aligned with, or those two being aligned with Leo Rush, I mean, that's a dangerous trio right there when you look at those 3 men. And I feel like that could benefit all 3 of them. And I'm just, this Hardy family office stuff just isn't working. And I mean, I feel like they really need to see the writing on the wall with this. I mean, Matt Hardy, I love Matt Hardy. We all know he's great and he's a very creative mind. But this HFO stuff just doesn't work. The big money Matt thing can probably work by himself. And I thought they were probably doing an okay thing with just him and Private Party. But when you started adding all these people in, it really just got more and more stale. And so, yeah, I'm just ready for us to just move on to a new chapter in this. And I really hope we kind of see a different side of Bret Matt Hardy again. We probably see the broken gimmick come back again. Just something to get people interested, because I'm over it, and I know a lot of other people are over it too. So
Absolutely. Cam, thoughts on this hair versus hair match?
I'm so over Orange Cassidy and Matt Hardy. I am. I need them to move. This feud has go away heat with me. This feud has go away heat with me. When the TV comes on, if I see it's Orange Cassidy and Matt Hardy, I will turn the television or we're doing anything else other than watch this feud. I barely paid attention to this match, to be perfectly honest with you. Hair versus hair matches, I'm with you guys. They don't work. Like, the only three I remember working were the Kurt Angle Edge hair versus hair, Vince versus Trump, Battle of the Billionaires hair versus hair, and then Punk and Mysterio hair versus hair. And then that only worked because we got the iconic CM Punk shaved head look, and Punk was so damn entertaining with that. But outside of that, it's just hair versus hair matches don't work. I just don't. Hair versus hair matches don't work. I just don't really care. I did not care about this match, and I did not care about this match. I do not care about this feud. We barely got to see Ball Jack Evans. I thought the best thing about this match was the promo before it. Orange Cassidy was the promo before. Orange Cassidy was like, "No, what's that?" So, well, I guess I'm winning then because I'm not shaving my head. I thought that was the best thing about the entire match. To be perfectly honest with you, I just don't care. I just don't care about this feud. Fuck this feud. Let's go away heat with me.
Yeah, listen, I just hope that once all of this is over, this we can break this faction up. Let Matt Hardy go be his broken Damascus, I think he called it earlier, but his broken Damascus self. Let Private Party go be baby faces and let them be Private Party. Let Butcher and Blade go with Malachi Black and in the House of Black, and go let TH2 float around in the tag team division, and get them some competition. So yeah, I'm just not a fan of this. I'm not feeling it at all. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up the Rampage review here tonight on the channel. But before we wrap it up, official announcement right here. Planned, set, 2 weeks. I will not be at the Rampage show on October 15th. However, I will be in Miami October 16th for AEW Dynamite and October 23rd in Orlando, Florida for Dynamite. Those are 2 Saturday night shows. So if you guys are in the Florida area and you're going to one of those shows, be sure to come over, say what's up. I get you in the vlog, and I am going to be repping my newly merchandised Big Fight Field podcast shirt. That first Dynamite in Miami, Florida. I will be repping that shirt during Dynamite October 16th. So if you guys are going to that show, you want to come say what's up, I will gladly do it. I will gladly meet you as well, man. So um, be sure to keep that in mind. We'll keep that in mind until those shows. But folks, that's going to wrap it up tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. Comment down below your thoughts about Rampage tonight. Hit that like button if you like what myself, Wesley Williams, and Cameron Johnson had to say about tonight's review. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Colin_Joseph. Cam, where can they follow you on your socials?
Follow me on Twitter at Cam711101, and subscribe to the CNE podcast, available on all platforms.
Wes?
You already know. Follow me at big_West18 on Twitter. That's BIG_WES18. I talk about Dynamite every single Wednesday night on Twitter and on here. Big Fight Field, myself, Joseph Conlon, and of course, every Friday night, talk about AEW Rampage on Twitter and on here with myself, Joseph Conlon, our boy Cameron Johnson, the three-man booth. The three-man booth has returned this week for AEW Rampage, man. We're going to continue to bring out the hits with the AEW Rampage review. So, folks, stay tuned for that. Hit the like button. Comment down below what was your favorite part about Rampage tonight. I'm sure it'll probably be the Danielson-Nick Jackson match. But also, make sure you subscribe. Very important. Make sure you subscribe to Big Fight Field to get more content from Joseph, myself, Cameron Johnson, wherever you can find us on here on the Big Fight Field channel. And just make sure you guys continue to support us on our platforms as well. And yeah, we will see you guys next Friday for another edition of AEW Rampage live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
And of course, me and Wesley will be back Wednesday, and this 3-minute group will be back next Friday here on the channel. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, man, stay classy.